Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video. Uh, got up early this morning. Man, beautiful day. Again, beautiful day in New York. So, in my opinion, it doesn't really get much better. Um, but there was a couple of things I did want to address because, again, I did have my hiatus uh, from social media. Um, but that didn't mean people weren't reaching out, which, again, I encourage, I appreciate, and if there's anything that I could do or say that can help you, um, that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, uh, it's not going to be as frequent. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I got a hell of a backlog now that I think about it, especially if you combine the two channels. Um, but there was a reason why I wanted to. There was something I wanted to say. It was important, and now I fucking rambled my ass into forgetting what the fuck I was gonna say. So yeah, actually, I'm still thinking about the breakfast I had, man. I'm an underrated cook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should look into being a chef because it is something that I'm not saying it's enjoyable, but it is like I made sunny side up eggs, but actually I wouldn't even call them sunny side up. Uh, but honestly, here's the secret: butter, garlic, pepper, and salt. That's it. That's pretty much the recipe for everything. But yeah, I made some slamming ass eggs, had English muffin, and some bacon. And it was, yeah, I'm thinking, I'm talking about it. So what's that? What's that tell you? Anyway. Um, yes. So this is pretty much like, look, you guys all know, when I quit Kratom, I did it with just willpower. Um, and we all have that willpower. Like, no matter how many times somebody tells you to quit or you should quit or you gotta quit or anything, it ain't gonna get through to you. It's you only hear them when your internal voice aligns with the external voice. So the desire to quit has to come from you. And the reason is because the pain of withdrawal is less than the pain of you staying on. Like once that transition happens, you're gonna quit no matter what, you know. And then it just becomes a matter of staying quit because a lot of the messages I've received really deal with relapse a lot. Um, like they'll get a week, 2 weeks, even months, even, and then you know it happens quick. Trust me. Um, like I said, I'm not sure if cravings ever end. You know, uh, but they get quieter. But then they also get stronger too. It's strange. It's just moment to moment, and you just have to remember all the that discomfort you're feeling now. You got to hold on to that in perpetuity. Uh, yeah, that's really all I can say on that regard. Um, you know, and at the end of the day, all it is, and I do want to minimize it because I don't want people thinking that this is something insurmountable. All it is discomfort, prolonged discomfort. Like that's it, you know. But the discomfort is really between 4 and 7 days. That's really the physical discomfort. That's pretty much it. Um, Again, not saying it's over after 7 days or whatever, but you'll feel the difference. Like it's night and day. The nighttime, you know, maybe you'll be a little uncomfortable, but because you've already dealt with the worst of it, it's manageable. It's doable. Uh, Now, here's the thing. Some of you guys actually may need professional help where watching videos isn't enough, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Like if this is something you truly desire and you don't think you can do it, then, you know, uh, maybe professional help is where you gotta go. Um, Even I considered it, you know, but not really, because it's like, and I think a lot of us are like this, where it's like, we know what to do. We know what it takes. Um, but there's that fear. And the fear is so superficial. Like, because I remember uh, wanting to quit, and every time I would be on it, that's when I'd be like, this is the last one I'm ever going to take. And then a couple hours go by, and the beginnings of withdrawal happen. And for me, it was always the eye watering. And then, the depressive thoughts and everything else. And that would cause me to say, well, I'll just do it one more time, one more time, one more time. And it's always just one more time, you know. So you got to basically not have, it's really not a plan. Again, every time I've quit, it was an internal decision I made, and it was kind of spur of the moment, and that's it. And no matter how bad it got, it was always just, all right, this will pass, this will pass, this will pass. But yeah, those first couple of days are going to be rough, I mean, that's it. There's really not much for me to tell you, and I can't do it for you. I tell you what, like the fucking amount of money. Like again, there's so many things. It's just like it's such a detriment to uh, your lifestyle, your mindset, all of that. It's just a detriment. So um, yeah, it's just a matter of saying fuck it and being done with it. And again, not saying I don't feel depressed on things, but I'm depressed over life's things. Like I mentioned before. So uh, yeah, that's it. That's it. You know, you won't quit until you're ready to quit, and only you will know when that time comes. Uh, so, for your sake, I hope it's sooner rather than later, so you can avoid some of the pitfalls and dumb mistakes that I made. And yeah, that's all I can really hope for. You know. Yeah, I mean, shit, I can make a whole other video on dumb shit. I think I already made a lot of them. I mean, truthfully, y'all know a lot about the story that even my family members don't know about. Actually, no, they kind of do, to an extent. To an extent, and it is what it is. But life is really just one big mistake. So, it's like, but every mistake can be a lesson. So it's not really, mistakes aren't bad. They're to err is human. So and I think if you approach it the right way, mistakes can lead to wisdom, and that's what I'm trying to, whatever minimum amount of wisdom that I may have due to the dumb shit I've done. Hopefully, by myself doing this, it can help someone who happens upon this little channel of mine, of ours, really. So listen, take care, good luck, and yeah, it's all up to you. All right, you guys take care. I'm gonna try to enjoy this day. Peace.